Did you notice this dumb decision made by Sanemi and Obanai? How about this dude right here? And this one is even worse. Demon Slayer is a show full of quite intelligent people, but some of them also made very questionable choices that could change the trajectory of the plot. So here are some of the worst decisions ever made by Demon Slayer characters. Hashiras are known as the main brains in the Demon Slayer Corps throughout the series, but this plot hole is one of their biggest mistakes that could change the whole plot of the story. At the start of the Hashira training arc, Sanemi and Obanai unexpectedly encounter the Infinity Castle during the fight on their last mission. To know such a place exists, it should be alarming for them to inform the Demon Slayer Corps about it. However, they did none of that. They let it go like nothing ever happened. It's a large threat for the Corps because most of them were caught off guard after being teleported. If you ever feel dumb, just remember this nut job right here. Imagine being a nobody and fumbled the most gorgeous woman because of her odd hair color. Dude had the audacity to reject Mitsuri, even saying only bears would want to marry her. He even goes on saying it sent him chills. Just imagine his children having to bear the same hair color as Mitsuri. What a loser. Speaking of losers, we can't skip those lower moons with very low IQ moments out. Now, why did Wakuraba think it's a good idea to run away from Muzan, who is the creator of Infinity Castle, thinking he would make it out alive? Not to mention the lower moon. Rokuro, who clearly didn't read the situation well and dared to demand more blood from Muzan. As a cherry on top, after being summoned for the meeting, Lower Moon 6 Kamanui, who was stupid enough to question Muzan's appearance when he clearly can read his thoughts. Watching the scene again makes me facepalm so hard. Imagine standing in front of your boss, then proceeding to grow legs and try to escape in his own territory. What an odd decision to make. But eliminating the whole lower moon isn't the smartest choice either. Even though lower moons are weak compared to the upper moon, setting them up together for a mission would cause a lot of trouble for the Demon Slayers too. Muzan with his big ego wasting the lower moon when he could give them another chance to prove their loyalty is low-key quite a dumb choice. So instead of only sending Enmu alone, he could have sent them all to the Mugen train. We all know during fights, Zenitsu tend to fall asleep in order to reach his full potential. The same thing occurs in the Mugen train after Enmu cast a dream spell on them. But at that moment, Tanjiro decided to stir awake Zenitsu, which is a stupid choice to do because you know Zenitsu will panic and screaming out of fear on top of his lungs the moment he opened his eyes. However, that wasn't the only time Tanjiro showed his foolish side either. Spoiler alert though, in the Infinity Castle arc during the fight against Akaza, there was a huge opening threat to attack Akaza from behind when he wasn't aware of it, but instead, Tanjiro made a foolish decision. He decided to scream out, missing the chance to sneak a surprising blind attack. Even Giyu was too stunned to speak. Overall, Zenitsu isn't a dumb person. However, there's one thing that leads him to make stupid decisions is his need to keep women around him safe. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing to be a gentleman. His decision to defend the girl in the Entertainment District arc exposed his identity as a demon slayer. Daki quickly kidnapped him and caught on that there were others as well. Despite being the Demon King, Muzan is low-key an idiot. When the doctor gave him an experimental medicine to cure his fatal disease with his god complex, Muzan killed the doctor after the medicine appeared to fail, but later realized it was actually working. The doctor was one of the people to know the great secret place of the blue spider lily. However, he proceeded to make the worst decision ever by murder the doctor who could have been the key for him to conquer the sun. But if he was a bit smarter than that, it could end the Demon Slayer. You see, Muzan spent countless centuries in search of blue spider lilies. Imagine looking for a flower for so long, but you still can't obtain it. Most people would realize they're missing out on something. Muzan's strategy was just to create more demons to look for blue spider lilies at night. With so many brains, the thought of the flower only blooming during daytime never seems to cross his mind. A better game plan for Muzan is he could just disguise himself and order people to look for the flower during daytime, then he would conquer the world by now. Speaking of the blue spider lily, 1,000 years later, Muzan created the same mistake all over again. Tanjiro's mother, Ki Kamado, was one of the people who knew exactly the location of the blue spider lily. The flowers bloomed in the same place where Yoriichi buried his wife, and she even showed it to Tanjiro when he was young, but instead, Muzan just slaughtered the whole family, and just like that, he's just wasting 1,000 years of his 1 in a million chance. Another dumb Muzan decision was back in Season 1. After Tanjiro stumbles upon him, Muzan recognizes the Hanafuda earrings right away out of fear. He knows it could be a future problem. That was the best opportunity to end his old PTSD, but instead of summoning upper-rank demons or handle the matter by himself, he just let Tanjiro survive by sending minion demons after him. Muzan could easily escape the scene after handling Tanjiro if he wanted to, since he can just disguise or shapeshift into someone else nobody would even notice. On top of that, the decision of turning a demon to distract Tanjiro in the Asakusa arc wasn't a good choice either. Little did he know that that particular demon will lead to his downfall. At first, we only thought the man was just a normal Asakusa demon, but later he turns out to be a powerful demon with insane blood demon art used on Muzan in the last episode of the Hashira training arc. It's quite ironic how a forgotten character will lead to Muzan's ultimate downfall, because thanks to the guy, Lady Tamayo was able to inject the drug into Muzan successfully. Most demon moons always make this common mistake. They always underestimate their opponents, toying with them when they have the chance to kill them. Just like Gyoko, he literally had Muichiro stuck in his pot, but he played too much, giving Muichiro time to bounce back when he could just end it right then. Same goes with Akaza. He luckily found his target in a weak form. Instead, he didn't take the fight seriously. When he has all the time to end Rengoku quickly, then continue to eliminate Tanjiro. Tanjiro would have stood no chance against him. He was too obsessed over recruiting Rengoku to join the demon, as if he was trying to recruit a singer to join a label. He almost got killed by Kid Muzan for failing to kill Tanjiro because he was too careless about it. Daki is also on the same page as Akaza. It's obvious that Gyotaro is the brain of the upper moon, 6 though she killed a few Hashira by herself. The dumbest decision she made was keeping Zenitsu alive and trapped in her sash so she could devour him later. She clearly knew he was a demon slayer and didn't kill him right away when she had the perfect chance. Speaking of the demon moon, Kokushibo also made a stupid choice. He chose to become a demon, the creature he swore to defeat as a demon slayer out of pure jealousy. It didn't pay off well though, because at the end of the day, when Yorichi was on the verge of old age, he was still much stronger than demon Kokushibo. So basically, he did all of it for nothing. Even though Enmu earned a certain trust from Muzan by playing it smart in front of him, he made a terrible mistake during the Mugen Train. Imagine fighting demon slayers and among one of them become 10 times stronger in sleeping mode. And that's exactly what his blood demon art does, is putting Zenitsu right into God's mode. Another dumb decision was his need to see others suffer to stop him from killing off his prey quickly. He had the perfect trap to devour all the passengers after they were put to sleep, since he had fused himself with the train. Eventually, he would only meet his end from Tanjiro and Inosuke. Another foolish decision this time isn't about the demons, it's this random dude right here. After being drunk, he was walking in the alleyway, then bumped into Muzan. He was given a chance to live there, but he decided to take it upon himself to diss Muzan's appearance without knowing he made a massive mistake. Dude just dissed Muzan Jackson, so he got completely what he deserved for barking up the wrong tree. That quotes why you should just mind our own business on a random night out. But this character made an even worse decision. Demon Slayer final selection should determine a qualified candidate to become a Slayer. But this Demon Slayer mocks his own opponent, thinking Rui the Lower Moon 5 was an easy target to attack. He got sliced into pieces. Therefore, don't knock before you've tried it. His death literally became a troll because of how stupid he is. So, check out this next video for the saddest deaths in Demon Slayer.